When you think of great American soccer players, some amazing players come to mind, like Clint Dempsey, Brian McBride, and even Tim Howard, just to name a few. But there's always one player that the majority of USA soccer fans seem to agree is the greatest of all time. And that, of course, is Landon Donovan. Welcome back to the channel, guys. And if you're new here and you want to help soccer grow here in America, then hit the like button down below, and also don't forget to subscribe. Now, without further ado, let's get to it. In 1999, Landon Donovan attended the Image Academy in Bradenton, Florida, with other members of the under-17 national team as part of the U.S. Soccer's Youth Development Program. Image Academy is a boarding school for amateur sports and helps build experience in young talent. It was in this academy where Donovan separated himself from his peers with his ability on the ball and prolific scoring. He was so promising that it caught the eye of German team Bayer Leverkusen, who back then were the second best team in Germany. They signed Donovan on a $400,000 contract, and it was time for him to show his skills to the world on one of the biggest stages in the world. Despite all the hype, Donovan was never really able to adapt to his new life overseas, and it was so bad that Bayer Leverkusen even allowed him to have extended training sessions with the U.S. youth national team. But despite having decent success and being a starter for Bayer Leverkusen's B team, where he scored 9 goals in 28 games, Donovan was still unhappy and was loaned to San Jose Earthquakes from 2001 through 2004. It was here with the Earthquakes where Donovan really started to show just how good he was at such a young age too. He found immediate success with San Jose, helping them and basically guiding them to win the MLS Cups in 2001 and 2003. Donovan quickly became the face of American soccer. He also bagged 32 goals and 29 assists in only 87 games during his time with San Jose. In 2004, he became the first man to win U.S. Soccer Athlete of the Year 3 times in a row. So after Donovan's last season finished up with San Jose Earthquakes, he returned to Bayer Leverkusen and was now put into the first team. But even with his impressive accolades coming from MLS, Donovan was only given 7 games with Leverkusen's first team, and only 2 of those games were actually starts. And unhappy with his time and at the club, Donovan requested to leave the club. His destination, of course, was none other than MLS once again. He was, however, not able to join San Jose again because current manager at the time, Alexi Lalas, traded away his rights to sign him. Meanwhile, LA Galaxy traded away their leading goal scorer, Carlos Ruiz, in order to sign the 23-year-old Landon Donovan. LA Galaxy made Donovan the highest paid American player in the league, and in his first season at the club, Landon scored 12 league goals with 10 assists and added 4 more goals and 1 assist in the playoffs as he helped LA Galaxy win their second MLS Cup and his own personal 3rd MLS Cup. Donovan stayed with LA Galaxy for almost a decade and helped the club become one of the most successful clubs in MLS history. And while at the club, Donovan became their top goal scorer with 141 goals and their top assist maker with 107 assists in only 317 games. He led the Galaxy to 4 MLS Cups, 2 Supporter Shields, and 1 US Open Cup. During his time in LA, Donovan did have some loan spells in Europe during the offseason of MLS. In 2009, he was loaned to Bayern Munich, where again, he didn't have great success in Germany, only making 7 appearances and not scoring any goals besides friendly goals. In 2010 and 2012, Donovan was loaned to English side Everton in the Premier League, where in total, he scored 2 goals, gave 7 assists in only 17 appearances. It was during his time in LA where Donovan really made impacts not just at club level, but also internationally. He's currently the joint leading goal scorer of the U.S. men's national team with 57 goals, tying him with Clint Dempsey. His prolific scoring for the national team was helpful in helping the USA win 4 CONCACAF Gold Cups and defeating eventual 2010 World Cup champions Spain in the 2009 semifinal of the Confederations Cup. That 2009 Confederation Cups tournament is something not talked about too much besides that win over Spain. USA got out of a group consisting of Italy and Brazil and finished runners-up in that group just behind Brazil. And in the final of that tournament, after defeating Spain in the semis, USA were up against a strong Brazilian side with the likes of Kaká, Robinho, Dani Alves, and many other talents. USA were leading the final 2-0 with Donovan and Dempsey grabbing 2 early goals in the first half. But had Brazil not turned the Jets on in the second half to score 3 goals, Donovan would have helped his team win one of the biggest recognizable tournaments in the world. While Donovan was never able to help USA win a World Cup or even help them reach the finals, he is still considered by many to be the best USA player of all time. Now, I personally feel as though Landon Donovan could have been a good asset and leader to have for the 2014 World Cup, where he was left off the roster by former manager Jurgen Klinsmann, and that caused a lot of controversy. But nevertheless, in 2014, Landon Donovan announced his retirement from soccer and ended his career with a successful campaign with the Galaxy, winning them their last MLS Cup to date. But towards the end of the 2016 MLS season, LA Galaxy were plagued with injuries to first-team players, and with his love for the club, Donovan came out of retirement to finish up the season and help them make a decent playoff run. But once the season concluded and they were knocked out of the playoffs, Donovan went back into retirement, but it wouldn't last too long. Because in January 2018, Donovan unexpectedly came out of retirement once again, but to join Liga MX side Club Leon. This was a move that surprised many, especially me. Not just the fact that he came out of retirement once again at age 36, but the fact that he decided to join a team from a rival league. A lot of fans are not happy with this move, and Donovan didn't make it any better by backing and strongly voicing his support for Mexico in the 2018 World Cup, since USA did not qualify. Now, this support for USA's arch rivals was unheard of and did not go over well. Donovan was attacked on social media by fans constantly, and former teammate Carlos Bocanegra also criticized him, and Donovan hit back at Carlos Bocanegra, reminding him to, quote, remember where he came from, which meant regarding Bocanegra's Mexican background. Still, nothing Donovan could say would have eased the minds of fans or even his former teammates and his criticism from American soccer fans. Now, since he's been in permanent retirement, Landon Donovan has founded San Diego Loyal SC, a USL team where he is the club's vice president and coach. Donovan has finished his career as one of the most successful USA players of all time, with 6 MLS Cups, 2 Supporter Shields, 1 US Open Cup, 4 CONCACAF Gold Cups, 4 USA Soccer Athletes of the Year, and many, many more individual awards. With all these achievements, it's easy to see why many USA soccer fans consider Landon Donovan to be the best soccer player in US history. But the most important question is, what do you guys think of Landon Donovan and his soccer career? Let me know down below, and also let me know what other USA legends I can cover on this channel in this kind of format. I appreciate you all that have stayed this long in the video, and of course, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.